position on reparations? I don't believe in reparations. I don't.
Good. Next. Well, then you don't believe in the black community.
Of all black people in the country, how many of them are actually descendants of slaves? Because you've had a lot of immigration over the last 100 years in America. Am I eligible for reparations right now? I would say the answer is no, I'm not. Because my family is from Jamaica. My father's Panamanian. His grandparents were born in Panama. My father immigrated to the United States. So does that make me eligible? So you got to go through all of that. So if you're going to talk about reparations, today what you're talking about is taking money from other Americans. 2/3 of the American people did not go to college. Is it okay for Joe Biden to say, well, we're going to forgive student loans, even though 2/3 did not go to college? Is it now the debt burden of the 2/3 of the American people that did not go? I will tell you the answer is no.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all, we back with another video. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. So check this out. In this video, we canceling and getting rid of Byron Donald. Okay, he got Caribbean descent. And we see all the time that anybody that's not from America, they don't care about what's important to us. And if you're going to come to this country as an immigrant, from the work our ancestors put in for you to get here, and you're not going to support policies that we want, you need to go back home. Go run for, a governor or something in Jamaica, bro. We don't need you here, dealing with our politics when we're the reason why you can even come over here and be in politics. This is disrespectful to the FBA community.
According to his reasoning, America should have never sent millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars to Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa because we didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Black Americans, white Americans, yellow Americans, transparent Americans, blue Americans had nothing to do with Hurricane Melissa. Run me my money back, Jamaica. According to his reasoning, we've been sending U.S. aid to Africa, the whole continent, since the 60s. They just recently cut it off. Billions of dollars. I didn't have nothing to do with Africa being unstable. I didn't have nothing to do with Africa coups or G-sides that going on. Run me my money back. Right? Jamaicans, Africans, Asians, Indians, whatever you were, you weren't over here on these plantations. You weren't over here in Jim Crow getting strange fruited. You weren't over here getting dogs sicked on you and hosed down and getting police brutality for the rights that you enjoy right now in this country. Right? The Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965 is the reason why y'all over here. Prior to that, they had a 1924 Act, Immigrant Act, that favored European immigrants. That was in favor of European immigrants. But yet y'all still all enjoyed the rights of the civil rights movement. Recently, Latinos and indigenous people were able to sue Google and won tens of millions of dollars from Google. You know why they were able to sue Google? You know why they able to have these rights? Because of Black Americans. All that came from the Civil Rights Act. And another thing, I'm going to leave it right here. During the Cold War era, they were testing nukes in Nevada and it really properly informed people. They start giving compensation to these people in the 90s, and they're still giving compensation to these people today that was impacted by something that took place in the Cold War era, the 50s. I didn't have nothing to do with the 50s or testing nukes in Nevada, but we're still paying them.
It's no longer acceptable for you to speak and say you don't support our liberations on reparations. It's no longer acceptable. It's nothing that you can say anymore, okay? We've got research and facts and points that we're making that this has been done and there's no reason why you shouldn't accept this. So we got to get this kind of energy on these people to let them know, like, look, you're not even welcome here if you don't even stand with us on, our policies and things that we want to push for us. If you don't stand on that, you need to go home. It's not going to be comfortable for you. It's not going to be it could get dangerous. It could get real dangerous. Now, I'm gonna let him speak, man, and I'm gonna break down what he's saying. He seems to be more like Jasmine Crockett to me because he's an immigrant. It seems like they're for immigrants. This is why if we have FBA in there, it would be less immigrants coming into the country. But when you got people that come from the country that doesn't, that come from outside the country, of course, they're gonna want people to come here. But make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. We need to start supporting independent media because they're now starting to pay influencers and different content creators so they can control narratives, and we gotta keep fighting it. So I'm gonna give my commentary on Byron Donald and his little speech he did. Let's get it.
USA, that is how we lose. That is not how we win. And I believe that we have to have a spirit of yes power, but also a spirit of love, because there are young people in the United States who will never go to a Turning Point event. But you have to find them where they are and try to figure out how to communicate them without degrading them. That is the future of convincing hearts and minds to choose the conservative path, to choose Western civilization in America.
Now, he said to choose Western civilization in America. This seems like an immigration marketing ploy. It's like if you hear his rhetoric, it's like he is trying to promote immigration here. Listen.
The last piece is having a spirit of self-control. If you really think that coping and seething is the path to victory, you're fooling yourselves. I've been in the conservative movement for 15 years. Here's what I know. The path to victory is a movement united based around core principles that knocks doors, that goes speaks to voters, that registers them to vote, and gets them out to the polls. That's victory. Victory is finding leaders who stand by these principles. And do you agree with them every single time? No. But you agree with them far more than we will ever agree with the radical democratic left. Because democratic socialism is the thing that will destroy America.
Yeah, he sounded like a token. He definitely sounded like a token. His points is definitely hitting. What a token Negro. And he's doing the same thing that everybody else do. It's like the Democrat Party is the worst. They're gonna, and I don't like the Democrat Party either. But to hear y'all constantly talk about each other, it makes us feel like we need to get rid of both parties, bro. We don't need no ties and no oaths and no connection with anything else, in my opinion. I want to know what y'all think about it.
Radical Sharia is the thing that will destroy America. Stealing puberty from young people is the thing that will destroy America.
Having immigration like you that's coming in and want to be a pick-me will destroy America. Having people come to this country and do not respect the aboriginal people of this land will destroy America. It's not going to be too safe for people to just come over here and wreck policy on, some people that's not even from the land. This ain't finna keep happening. And I don't know who he's speaking to that is resonating with them, but listen to this.
And so what I choose to do now is I choose to build a movement and be a part of a movement that stands on principle, that stands on strength, that loves the people in the movement, even sometimes when they piss you off, but has a spirit of self-discipline. Because what I know is you can't form a winning unit if you can't stay focused on the mission at hand. Two years ago, Turning Point, the conservative movement, we were all united because we were witnessing in real time democratic socialism crossing the entire United States of America. And as a movement, we stood firm, we stood tough, and we said hell no, and Donald Trump is now president of the United States. But look, the job's not done. There are elections next year. And you know what? We have to go back into the well. We got to find that reservoir. We got to know what we stand for and what we believe in. And whether it's here in Arizona with Andy Biggs, if it's Wisconsin with Tom Tiffany, members of Congress up and down the list, state legislators, state senators, city councilmen, we have to continue to replenish our ranks. And we only do that when we work together.
Yeah, we got to get him up out of here. And we've been new this, we got to get him up out of here, but we got to keep, in our culture with the Aboriginal Americans, we got to make sure we know who these plants are. They cost plants. All right. And it kind of, it angers us because these are the people that speaks for us. It's like, we all know how we feel about reparations, but why is this guy from Jamaica want to tell us, we from this land, on why we shouldn't get reparations? You should be talking to people in Jamaica on if they should be receiving reparations or not. You shouldn't even have no say-so of what's going on here. So make sure y'all hit that. I'm going to leave the description in the link to get Foundational Black Americans in politics. I don't want to see nobody in our position that is not Aboriginal to the land. I feel like their rhetoric, I feel like their point is going to be mainstream and is not gonna care about the people of the land, in my opinion. But make sure y'all give me y'all comments on what y'all think about this in the comment section. And we're gonna keep our foot on their necks, man. We're not letting nobody slide on what you saying about, the liberation of our people and the work that they put in so you can come here. And this is the respect they get. Very disrespectful. It's time for the full court press. So listen, y'all check me Wednesday. I'm going live. We're going to stand on business. I appreciate love, y'all. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.